Hello. Hello, everybody. Hey, Kia. Hey, Eleanor. Hello. Woo. Did you see how fast Callie... I didn't see how fast they called it. I literally went straight to sleep. After. I went straight to sleep after. I saw nothing. I saw that when I woke up, I checked and saw that they'd passed it. That was about it, though. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? It's like a few minutes after 11. Dang, I should have stayed awake. Should have stayed awake. Oh well. Oh well. What can you do? Had I known. Where is... One second. I'm looking for... We'll do this one. Okay. It talks about how rare it was to call that fast. Yeah. All right. I'm going live on TikTok too because I started so late. You were up till 1:32. Dang. Morning. Hey, Courtney. How long you staying on? Not sure. I probably won't get off right at noon, but I'm probably not gonna do a 2.5 hour. I'm still exhausted and I have to get tomorrow's episode done that I did not get to work on at all. So it is kind of hilarious seeing the response to yesterday. Just in general, both sides, different people, all of it. It's been kind of wild. I've been reaching out to my friends who won, congratulating them. The Truth app has been hilarious. I'm sure it has, Silver Moon. I'm sure it has. They are probably all having conniptions over there. Morning, Robbie. Happy Blue Wave, everybody. Happy blue wave. Oh man, the trolls are going to be fun today. Oh, I was just about to ask if sound is working. It is. You were just so quiet. Also, chat box on screen is blank. Yeah, it's got to work its way to the bottom. So they'll start showing up in a little bit. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test. Okay. Hey, Bellas. How is it a GOP shutdown if the Dems are not voting? The Dems are voting. They're voting to not vote, to not pass the exact same bill 14 times and saying, negotiate with us. Man, that started quick. Good morning. So does an early voting stated all props were passed? Yeah, Crystal. ACA subsidies for 1 year. Blame Gavin? The irony is to actually think these are wins. You don't think that it's a win? Okay. No, there's not a lot of slush they want to add to the bill. But thanks for playing. I did get some rest, Dylan. Thank you. Good morning, Laura. How you doing, Pascal? I already told you. I know what they've already said what they want to. 1 year ACA subsidies. That is all. They have stated it multiple times. You understand that Virginia has a current red governor and a current red lieutenant governor, right? AZ, and you understand that New Jersey for the last 60 years has never voted a Democrat in after 2 terms of a Democrat in governor. Arizona? I thought that was Colorado. Can we just be happy that something positive happened? We can, sure. So the mayor of New York is going to reopen the government? What does that have to do with anything? None of these votes will reopen the government. Be our second female governor. Yeah. And she won by a lot. And also, I was watching some reporting. One of the counties in Virginia that has like been massively red since like 2018 went blue, which is absolutely crazy. And it, yeah. I saw that, Crystal. Yep. Yes, congratulations, Colorado. VA has a trifecta now and even more of a majority in their legislature. Pennsylvania re-voting in those 3 Supreme Court justices. Okay, Mallory. Anyone else have a happier TikTok feed this morning? You will pay. Okay. No. Hey, Allie. Oh, grow up, Daniel. My feed has been amazing for the first time this year. Yep. Hey, Bills. Yes. Oh, that's what your response, Siba, is to them saying is to Kiki saying you will pay. Is that what your response was? Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna pay bills. Yep. I think that's what. Gotcha. Makes sense. Are we already paying? We're already paying. Yep. I saw that, Courtney. Is everyone hopeful? Heck yeah. Because things aren't going to get better. Anyone that thinks that like as great as this isn't going to fix the overarching problem that we have a government that is destroying things. It is definitely one step in the right direction. 100%. Cheering on the blue wave as a blue dot in red Florida. And you're going to hear a lot still believing they're all, oh my gosh. They're not all in it together. Jeez. Goodbye. Pittsburgh mayor won 87.5% of the vote. Last time Dems was only 70%. Is this a sign Dems will crush? No. I don't think it's a sign. I don't think it's a sign that Dems will crush. I think it opens the possibility. It shows the direction that people are thinking. New York City is not expecting all of the freebies. There's the only quote unquote free thing that New York City is that Mamdani is looking at putting in is buses so people can get to work and pay. Like, no, Randy, it's not laughable and divisive. It's just a fact. Allie, I'll bring up people in a little bit. I usually do the first bit of it without bringing anybody up. So, but I will be happy to bring you up in a bit. By 2030, or I think it was 2030, 2035. Yeah. Minimum wage needs to go up to be cost of living. Donna, they aren't blue states. You understand that the current governor and lieutenant governor are both Republican. The current one are both Republican. And New Jersey in the last 60 years has never voted a third term of either Democrat or Republican as governor, ever, in the last 60 years. Hey, Ash, good morning. And there were insane wins. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, winning by 10 points. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to happen before we can fix minimum wage. But yeah. Also, for everyone who's over on TikTok, if you're gonna hang out here, please tap that nose. It pushes it out to other people. Also, know that I'm live over on the tube at the same time. It's a great place over there. You have no idea what communism is, Mike. If you think that that's true. Thank you for showing you don't know what communism is. Also, I put out other content over there weekly. It's complicated as hell. I'm just going to say that now Pennsylvania still needs to do better. Of course they do. Every state does. Hey, hey. We're here to Whoop, hold on. We're here to party. Da, da, da. Does this favor the Democrats for the midterms? It definitely, it gives a potential. It gives a potential future, Lucy, I would say. It shows what people are looking for. Does that mean that they can't screw up? Sure. But it definitely opens a door. And the current president quotes the former leader of 1930s Germany. And yet you still love him. Jeez. Start tapping on the nose instead of the heart. I feel that. A real leader? Yeah. You're right. New York City did get what it deserves. A real leader. I agree wholeheartedly. No. Dems don't own the shutdown. It's the GOP's fault. But thanks for playing. You understand that the current president had no experience in government at all before he became president? Like, you understand that, right? Hey, Kayla. Good morning. And bankrupt 6 companies. Some of which being casinos. For a hot second, I totally thought I was watching Mayor Pete. Aw. I appreciate that. Still live? No, I went to bed. I went to bed and came back. No, I did not. I did not live all the way through. Hey, Reef. Y'all, I'm not obsessed with right versus left. It's just a fact. We're pointing out a fact. Garrison. It was. How do you bankrupt a casino? That is a great question, Lisa. That is the question of the century. Hey, Bree. And forbidden from having a charity in New York City who really does that. Yeah. 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 Oh, Chloe, we do understand. We're saying it more in the generic sense. Bug, you know the current governor and lieutenant governor of Virginia is a Republican, right? And you understand that New Jersey in the last 60 years has never given a third term to one party for governor. Ever. In the last 60 years, they always have gone back and forth. You just want to find any reason to think that it's not a huge deal, and that's fine. You're allowed to. Mamdani will not cause Florida's population to double. Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. It will not. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Good luck to them. Especially when their property gets destroyed by a hurricane down in Florida. Called Overdose. Yeah, Texas has destroyed itself too with these propositions that they're passing. So, again, good luck to them. Who do you blame for what? Who do I blame for what? For Texas? The legislature. The GOP legislature. In general. They're the ones that put it forth. The gerrymandering sure doesn't help. Them making it difficult for people to vote in general. Greg Abbott's attitude about all doesn't help. Nope. Will some leave? Sure, some will leave. So what? So what? People leave all the time. Don't just magically, like, you got to understand, most of those billionaires, their money is in wealth. Nobody makes money on wealth. Metu Beats is the name of the artist. Hey, Ghost. Nope, it's not. It's a GOP shutdown. But thanks for playing. Again, people don't seem to get that the super wealthy don't pay taxes on a lot of their wealth. They don't pay taxes on their wealth. Their wealth just sits there and allows them to do things. The money that is spent in New York will keep getting spent in New York. Hey, April. Hey, Brandon. What's up, Scott? Not if Mamdani has anything to do with it? Yeah. What do you think Mamdani's not gonna keep money from being spent in New York? Do you understand how the world works? Do I think Mamdani winning will have a snowball effect? No blue wave, there were blue areas. John, Virginia has a GOP governor and lieutenant governor already. So don't pretend you know what you're talking about. Hey, LA. Their money makes money and is hidden in investments or exaggerated losses. Yes. And if you're also wondering why a lot of wealthy people probably looked at buying houses in Florida, they're looking for somewhere to put their money. Because they know they can escape being taxed on their wealth by buying property in Florida. That money was still going to sit doing nothing, and us not making, and nobody in New York City making any money on it. Like, people don't understand how our economy works. All right. Community people can come up if you want.
Hang on. Hang on, I gotta mute YouTube. Okay, there you go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Where is him? I know he'll never request to come up.
Who's Scott?
Yeah. I just force him to come up.
Oh.
No, it wasn't that. I've got about 10 minutes and I've got to run to the DMV. I'd rather go to the dentist than have to do that. But that's what I've got to deal with. If you ladies don't mind, let me speak first and then I'll get off. I've got a few thoughts on
Yeah, go ahead.
last night. Okay. It goes without saying that this was an unprecedented blue wave. What you saw was Stamberger win by 15 points, more than 15 points in Virginia. And you saw Mikey Sherrill win by more than 13 points in New Jersey. And I might add that both numbers are going to go up a couple tenths of a point because late arriving mail-in ballots, which break heavily Democratic, of course, are still to be counted. So it's a landslide, an absolute landslide. There are 95 counties in Virginia. 92 shifted blue. There are 21 counties in New Jersey. All of them shifted blue, every one. We were talking a lot last week about turnout, and especially turnout in minority areas. Well, let's take a look at Passaic County, majority Hispanic in New Jersey. That flipped 20 points towards away from Donald Trump and towards the Democrats. Turnout increased from 110,000 to 144,000. Essex County, the home of Newark, New Jersey, that's the leading Democratic county in New Jersey. 4 years ago, 178,000 turned out. Last night, 228,000 turned out, a 50,000 vote increase. Its neighboring Democratic county, Hudson, went from 110,000 to 162,000. For those of you playing at home, that's about a 32% increase in turnout in majority minority districts. The problems the Democrats have had with minority turnout, well, guess what? That went away, and they voted blue. Again, the Hispanic vote flipped 20 full points blue. That is all of the points that the Republicans have picked up over the last 6 years, gone in a heartbeat. Gone. It's going to be a long midterms for them.
And they are going to fight.
You can't just look at the raw vote totals. You have to look at the turnout. And both in terms of turnout and in terms of flipping counties, it was an extraordinary performance. And of course, Mondami saw an increase of, saw a plurality of 40 points among Gen Z. And I do not have the stats for New Jersey. It is over 20 points in Virginia. Again, making up every single bit that the Democrats lost only 1 year ago. All of it.
Yeah. The young male vote in New York was a huge one. Theory tagged me and Scott in a video talking about that.
Much will be made of, well, Mikey Sherrill was a moderate, and Spanberger was a moderate, which, if you believe mainstream media labeling, is true. And Mondami is a self-professed Democratic socialist. What does that mean? What does that show? It shows that labels don't mean that much anymore, because take a look at all three of their campaigns, folks. Can we stop using the labels? And by the way, progressives, stop bashing moderates, because there's more of them. You need those votes. And same thing for moderates. Stop calling the progressives childlike, because you need their votes too. You match your candidate to the electorate that they're running in. Whose rule is that? Not my rule. Who said that? Not me. AOC said that, which is why she campaigns for moderate Democrats all along the country and why she gets along so well with them. She believes it's a moral imperative that a representative should represent his constituency, not as she would have it, but as the constituency would have it. You match your voters. You don't force your voters to match you. That's the lesson of last night. But what's the real lesson of last night? All three of them ran on the same thing: affordability, cost of living, common sense solutions to our problems. They did not, repeat, not run ideological campaigns. That's how you win, with a broad tent. There should be room in the Democratic Party for all of us, especially for one main reason. There are no major differences on the big issues in the Democratic Party anymore. There's no major differences on abortion, on rights for the gay community. There's no major differences anymore on the federal budget, on health care, on prices, on housing. There are no major differences. So can we please finally stop with the labels and concentrate on winning elections?
Subways. There's not free groceries. Oh my gosh. Goodbye.
Agreed, Scott. Honestly, agreed.
Yeah, the key to victory in the midterms, which, by the way, is a foregone conclusion, but the key to victory in the midterms is to focus on affordability exactly like Cheryl, Spanberger, and Mamdani did. They focused on affordability. They focused on the cost of living. They focused on the kitchen table issues that affect real people: housing, inflation, tariffs. They focused on the things that people care about.
Right. Like the insurance too in Jersey is
Of
like,
course,
right,
of
that was a
course.
big thing.
And one last thing, and then I got to drop off and leave it to you lovely people. We all saw what the polling was, and then we all saw about a 6 to 7 point jump over the polling numbers across the board. What could that have been? Did anything happen in the last few days of the elections? Because all polling stopped on the 30th. Actually, before that, because they had to add up the voting totals, so probably about the 25th, 26th. What happened between then and Election Day? What caused that late surge blue? Gee, could it be that 27 million people opened up their envelope to find out what they would be paying for health care next year? Could it be that 1 out of 8 Americans looked at their EBT card on Saturday, November 1st, and found there was nothing in it? Folks, these issues matter. And all three of these issues, if you think this was bad, wait until you see before the midterms, because the notifications will go out before the midterms. Medicaid, which is 30% of red states' entire populations are on Medicaid. Medicaid, the ACA, because you're going to get a 1-year extension on those subsidies. That's how this is going to end. And it's all coming up again next year. Republicans are idiots. They should put this issue away forever, but they won't. And the permanent changes in SNAP benefits will all be issues right before the midterms. How's that going to work out for the Republicans? We saw just what happened just with the ACA in this election. What do you think is going to happen in 2026?
Yep.
How is that going to play for them? Hey, you know, we had to give tax cuts to billionaires. You don't mind having your family go broke, do you? And hey, we kicked the trans kid off the high school track team. Aren't you happy with us? That's what they're going to go before the voters with. Well, good luck with that.
Yep.
Kari, the Affordable Care Act is not health insurance. It's just a marketplace. Healthcare is not affordable anymore.
No.
That's why there's subsidies for it. Your business subsidizes your healthcare. You guys understand that, right? Most companies subsidize your healthcare.
Got to run. Love you all. And by the way, much bigger win than anybody could have dreamed of last night.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Scott. Have a good
Have
day.
a good one, Scott.
You too.
See you, Scott.
It's a relief, though. Like living in Jersey, I was nervous.
How to do it.
Oh, I'll kick you.
Poor Scott. The blue wave was such a relief because I was scared Jersey was going to be so close, and it was not. Someone needs to tell Jack to stop running. Third time's the charm. You didn't win. Please. 3 strikes, you're out.
He probably will try again. That's all he knows how to do.
Unfortunately. But I'm glad that it stayed blue and turned bluer than we were before.
Yeah, even the
Because-
legislatures went more blue.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised, but I am very glad. Especially because Halloween felt so dystopian that our president was throwing a Great Gatsby party while people are preparing to not have food. Really crazy work.
Yep. Yeah, it's like I said, I mean, Scott said it, I said it. It's yesterday was almost dumbfounding in how surprising of of a destruction it was. Like we've said, that special elections and just elections in general since Trump came into office have averaged a 16-point swing to the left. That is still the case. Like this entire election, that is still the case. You look at the numbers from the last election, and if you compare districts to even where they voted Trump, it's in some cases it's even more of a swing. But if you're just talking compared to like the 2021, it's about the same swing. Like it's about a 15, 16, 17 point swing. So
Yeah, no, even like Jersey, but most districts flipped blue, and the ones that didn't flip blue are less red than they were before. So people are fed up, and I don't know. I guess it makes me hopeful for the future. It's not like we can change a whole lot now, but it brings hope for the future.
and then there's Texas that's destroying themselves from the inside.
Yeah, unfortunately, which stinks for people in Texas that don't feel that way, but they're just
How do we
got
have
nothing else
Larry
to
in our
spite their
city
fates.
hall still? I mean, in Philly. I don't know, Edith. I don't know. I don't know. He didn't win. That's what this tells me. I wouldn't take that. Again, here's the problem, especially with Americans. Americans are worse at it than pretty much anybody else. We are really good at putting blinders on to what's going on around us until it affects us.
Mm-hmm.
And we've already shown that populist messages right now work on Americans, which again isn't surprising, but it's sometimes frustrating. So I would not be surprised if it doesn't surprise me at all that there is a large group of people that saw that things were bad and just blamed the Democrats and changed their vote because of it. It doesn't surprise me. That has been the American tradition, which is why we said once these ACA subsidies went away and they saw their new, tens of millions saw their new premiums, they would flip out. Once they saw, once the government got shut down and they saw that they would blame the people in charge, because that's what Americans do. It's right or wrong, that's what Americans do.
Right. And like people don't see that, like when Biden was president, he kind of inherited the aftermath of the COVID economy and the aftermath of the COVID everything, that it made people place blame on him for things that weren't really his to take blame for. And now look at where we are.
Rumors are that with the wave, we now have the force to look into his win. We need to stop worrying about that. No offense. And I understand why people want to prove that he didn't win. We need to stop worrying about it, because nothing is going to happen. Here's the thing we need to understand. Okay, let's say someone found whatever they saw as proof that he didn't actually win. What would be the result? Who would be responsible for holding people accountable for the result? Normally, Congress. We know Congress isn't going to do anything.
No. And he doesn't even listen to the Supreme Court. So like it feels like a moot point at this point, because it's like, even if it wasn't accurate, there's nothing's going to change. It would change nothing.
The reality is, no matter how much complaining he does, by Bye, Kia.
Oh no.
She's got her live coming up.
Oh, okay. I was
Um,
like, oh no, Kia dropped.
um, no matter, we talked about this, I talked about this a little bit yesterday. The president's acting like he is going, like he can have some authority over state elections. He has there's a tiny bit of authority possible when it comes to federal elections. Even then, there's not a ton, but there's a tiny. They have absolutely no authority over state elections. So if states put in Democrats everywhere, that's the way you can make changes. Muslim socialist, and you're okay with this. He's not a socialist. He's a democratic socialist. And why would I care that he's a Muslim?
People are like, really, it's disgusting. I saw a post on Facebook that someone said, like, because he was elected, oh, we must have forgotten about what happened on 9/11.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
I saw
that's
that.
disgusting.
That's
That's literally
ridiculous.
disgusting.
Well, if we're voting in a Christian, we must have all forgot what happened in the Crusades. No, we didn't forget. Grow up, Ryan. You're friggin' 5. Look at Dearborn. Oh my gosh. Grow
Oh my goodness.
up.
Ryan, you know nothing.
Look at the
You
UK. The
know-
UK is not a Muslim country.
Look at the UK. What is? What?
Because London is run by a Muslim. So now everyone thinks that all of friggin' the UK is Muslim now.
This is insane.
What planet are you on?
Like, what? There, like, the racism is actually.
I've checked out the UK. I know people that live in the UK. It's not.
No.
And I know Dearborn, Michigan. I know people that have gone there, and it's fine too. Give me a break. Talk about being.
Ryan, you must have a lot of money to travel to all these places to know all these things. So I'm just asking for a friend. What do you do to make that much money so you can see all these things?
Oh, yeah,
well?
Cher, it's not fine. According to who?
Cher, you don't even have a profile picture. Like, what?
See, there you go. Poodle, listening from the UK right now and live here. It's not. See? I live in the UK, voted for a Muslim. I'm proud to do so. Boom.
Heck yeah. Somebody's
Dearborn,
religion.
great place to live. I used to live there. It's amazing. I'd move back in a heartbeat.
Crazy.
Thanks, April.
Cher's probably a bot at this point, honestly.
That's fine. It just shows their ignorance, whether they're a bot or not. I mean, the fact is all of these people come in and pretend, no, I'm not a bot. You know, that's exactly what a bot would say. You also
Seems
have
like a
no,
likely
you also
answer,
have no
bot.
picture. So,
You're a little ignorant, Cher. I'm sorry.
and I'm not ignorant. You obviously are if you are making these false statements.
Well, Cher, you know so much about so many
Do
different
you
places.
believe in life after love?
Lived in a Muslim neighborhood for 11 years. Best neighbors, very caring and inclusive. They are. It's just people's hate is so loud and they're so afraid.
Bots have feelings too. They aren't false statements. They are. We have people in the chat that can literally straight counter your statements.
Cher, tell whatever AI you're using that it's wrong. It needs to be updated.
Chat GPT is not news. Bring it
ChatGPT doesn't
on.
live in those places.
Okay.
Bring what on?
It. Obviously.
All right, it's on. Cher. Are we doing like a cheer competition, like the Bring It On movies? Like, what are we doing here?
Mm.
Oh, Cher. Have you tried therapy?
Bring on the blue wave. Exactly.
Heck yeah. It's not a problem. It's only a problem when you believe that your way is right and it has to be your way and everyone has to follow and abide by your religion and your beliefs and your whatever. And that's when it becomes a problem. Most of these people are accepting.
By the way, hey Jeremiah. Hi April. Yes, I got some sleep. What blue wave? You won in Democratic areas. Skos, again, I will say this again. You understand that Virginia currently has a Republican governor and lieutenant governor. And you also understand, I hope, that in the last 60 years, New Jersey has never given 3 terms in a row to one party.
Yep.
For the last 60 years.
And every single poll in New Jersey said that it was going to be
Virginia voted
close.
blue in the president. This isn't a presidential election, Skos. Little
Skos, are you
girl.
confused? We only vote for the president every 4 years. I think
Cher,
that
you're a little
you
girl.
are a little confused. But just because places were quote unquote blue, New Jersey is more blue than it's been and flipped bluer. The polls were saying that the election in New Jersey was going to be close and it was a landslide. Yeah, Chris Christie taught us a lot. Oh man. Oh, Chris Christie.
I grew up in Massachusetts, and we used to get Republican governors all the time. That's actually pretty normal to vote someone for governor different than who you vote for president. It's actually more. It's in states that are right on the line, that are like light blue or light red or actually purple. That's actually really common. So the fact that Virginia, which is actually more of a light blue, went full blue is a huge deal. It's a huge deal.
Even Jersey too. A lot of the areas that were red for the presidential election were blue. That's a blue wave, my friend.
Yep.
And it's the way that, again, every poll said it was going to be so close, and it was not. It was a blowout. It was nowhere near as
Now,
close
does that
as every
mean
poll said.
everything is good? We don't have to keep working? No.
Right.
But that shows that what's going on, they were blue states and cities. No, they weren't. Again, Virginia has a Republican governor and lieutenant governor. Hello? Like, do you understand these states? And again, New Jersey in the last 60 years has never given 3 consecutive terms to one party for governor.
Nope.
That's how on the line it is. Again, who votes president is different than governor. It's always going to be looked at differently because what they do for states is different. The impact they have on states is different. People actually pay attention more to the governor than they do to the president, even though people seem to care more about the president.
Right. Right. And there's still work to do. But it's a victory because it's a blue wave, because instead of winning by single digits in New Jersey, we won by double. And New Jersey is a state that is quick to flip sides to spite things. And we have stayed blue. This is for the 3rd term. Like, this is.
Well, not yet. I don't know when the transfer actually happens, but yes, you're going to have a Democrat governor, Liddy. Congratulations.
Woo. And in California, that passing. Like there are good things, hopefully.
Hey,
But I
Christy.
also love as a female that like 2 female governors were elected. Like heck yeah, women power. Let's go. Not only were they
And the
blue,
lieutenant
but
governor, I think, is a
right.
female, right? The new lieutenant governor. I can't remember.
I think so. I think so. It's just beautiful. And in like I think in Downington, Pennsylvania, the first transgender mayor was elected. Like heck yeah, heck yeah.
Yep.
All the wins.
And
They're
again,
small wins.
I want to
but
say this. I said in the video that I posted, if you haven't watched it, watch it here or on the tube. I actually posted the same video on the tube. They are not going to take this well. I want to be clear. They are not going to take this well. In fact, they are going to take this insanely poorly. Okay?
they already are.
They are going, you are going to hear the rhetoric increase. You are going to hear we're already seeing it here. Why do you think everyone's coming in like, who cares? Blue states are obviously going to vote blue. That's like, and you know, if you haven't seen Mamdani's speech, his acceptance speech, holy shit, you need to go watch it.
Ooh, that one gave me chills.
You need to go watch it. Again, you know what? I would not be surprised in the future? AOC Mamdani.
Yes. Ooh, I just got
AOC
chills
Mamdani.
thinking about that. Yes.
That
Yes.
would be, I could see that ticket. I could
Oh.
100% see that ticket because that's what we need now.
I was going to say that's a ticket we need. That's a ticket we need. They're young, they're fresh. Yeah, I have goosebumps just thinking about that. They're young, they're fresh. Yes.
Yeah, they are. If you look at Truth Social, it's like
The true snowflakes are crashing out.
they are crashing out and they are finding every way humanly possible to, like, before the votes had even been counting in California, they were already saying that the election over there was rigged. Like they didn't for what? For president, Shaba. Not now, obviously, not even 2028 probably, but in the future. 100%. Let's see how Mamdani performs. So again, we need to be clear. And again, this is not saying that we need to just give him a full like pass. I hope everyone in New York, especially, if not everywhere, understands that what he says and what he is able to do are not going to be the exact same because he has to work with other people now. But I doubt it'll work nationally. Okay. That Islam is the future. Why do you keep having to put religion into it?
What?
Islam is not the future. Christianity is not the future. And this is coming from a Christian. No friggin' religion is the future. We are a country of freedom of or no religion. Stop putting religion in on this, for God's sake. Shaba, I still believe that sometime over the next 15 to 20 years, we're going to have a new constitution.
Yeah, there's supposed to be separation of church and state, but you know.
I think this administration has shown that the Constitution no longer serves current society. And something new will need to be written.
Yeah.
But you're right. That is true. He was not born here. So that would prevent him from being president. But
But even just AOC running for president would be everything. Everything.
You're right. Puerto Rico, if they want to be, and DC need to be states. Yep.
Okay. Islam can be part of the future, but let's not compare and let's not make like people can believe what they want to believe.
Again, you thinking it's way better doesn't make it way better. And there is a reason that we don't say shit like that here. Stop being part of the problem. AOC and Crockett, that would be good too.
Ooh, I would like that. That'd be really feminist coded. AOC and Crockett. I could get behind it.
I just want people that actually care about the country. I honestly, I mean, yes, I think it would be a massive step forward in society if especially men would get off their rear end and be willing to accept the leadership of women in those roles. But in the end, I just want people that actually care and fight for all people.
Yeah, not just the rich.
What do you think of Buttigieg congratulating everyone except Mamdani? I don't know. I didn't see it, so I can't say. I mean, look, as long in my personal opinion, as long as Buttigieg isn't actively working against Mamdani, I don't care if he is super happy about it. There's no law that says you have to be happy about everybody winning. There really isn't. I know we think we should because that's the way we've kind of been taught, is that if people on your side win, everyone should be happy about it. But there is no law that says we need to all be happy about it, okay? Just, we need to accept that.
Right.
And it's okay. It's okay, as long as he's not working against it.
Right, he doesn't have to love it. Yeah, Pinky. We do. People that care about the country and care about, like, actually care about the working class. But I think, like, what we see is so many of these people are so disconnected. Like, some politicians have never had to struggle. Like, they were raised in a different way, that it's like they don't know what it's like to struggle. They'll never know what it's like to struggle. So there's just naturally a disconnect. Like, Donald Trump will never know what it's like to struggle, ever. Because they never had to. So you don't consider that.
Yeah, Root. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Root. I could see Buttigieg's view on what is good for the country being different than what Mamdani thinks it is. So he may be struggling to give the kind of backing that, because I mean, if you think that there aren't people in the Democratic Party that are worried that what Mamdani wants to do won't work and could cause those people that flip to flip again, I guarantee there are people that are thinking it. Whether or not they're willing to say it out loud, that's a different story. But I know there are people that are thinking it. So, you know, there's no reason to think that he couldn't be one of them as well. But would want Cuomo winning. And again, I don't think Buttigieg wanted Cuomo to win. I just, again, sometimes there's that in between. Like, let's say the 2024 election was happening and Trump was running, Kamala Harris was running, and AOC was running. Kamala Harris won the primary and became the person, and Kamala Harris won. Now, obviously, this is a very generic, please don't read into this too much. I'm just putting this as a generic statement. I would much rather have AOC than Kamala Harris. I think AOC is better.
Yeah.
While I would still be excited about Kamala Harris winning because it's definitely not Trump, I could see someone who doesn't think like me not being super excited about Kamala Harris because they would rather have had somebody else different, but not being sad that it was Kamala Harris. You know? Like you can
Yeah.
be not sad that Mamdani won and not Cuomo, but not happy that Mamdani won because you would have rather had somebody maybe in between Cuomo and Mamdani.
Yeah. And I respect that. That like people that don't that'll stand with their party line but not necessarily be happy about the person for their party winning because they don't 100% align with their beliefs.
Again, Reggie, you understand the GOP could open the government like that if they wanted to. They could do the nuclear option and open the government.
The president also could have released the funds to make sure that SNAP was still given to people, and
Well, that
they
has nothing to
chose
do with the government opening, but
not to.
the GOP's job, the purpose of the filibuster is to require negotiation by the majority to the minority. That is its purpose. That is its entire purpose. That is why they have a 60 vote thing for that. They need to just get over it. They could have been negotiating since the last CR opened or was passed, and they didn't. They chose to wait until the last minute and pass it and then put the exact same bill forth 14 times to try and be like, oh, look, we tried to open it 14 times, even though there was no changes to it. Why would you vote? Why would anyone vote for the same that they voted no for one time, change their mind the 14th time? The fact that you think that that's an actual argument is ridiculous.
Because it's like they just want Dems to lay down and be like, yeah, sure, okay, we agree, open the government, nothing's changed, but we want to open the government. That's why they're blaming them. But it's like if nothing changes and they're not willing to compromise, why?
The GOP's argument is the epitome of a narcissist. It's like you see in movies and real life. I've never experienced it, but I know plenty of women that have, where a abusive person will say, do this, or I will do this bad thing, or this bad thing will happen. And then if you choose not to do what they tell you to do, then the bad thing happens and they go, this is your fault. If you just did what I told you, then this bad thing wouldn't be happening to you. That's exactly what the GOP are doing.
100%. 100%. And then they're placing
and the fact
blame.
is they don't realize that they are doing it.
No.
Which just even shows how narcissistic they all are.
Right. If we cave, things will get worse for people. But that's what they're pushing, and that's what right, like the misinformation is that we just have to cave. And like we're not caving. Compromise. We're willing to compromise. We're willing to sit down and talk about, hey, how do we compromise? How do we go through it? And they're
Jarlax, who is currently the governor and lieutenant governor in Virginia? I'll give you a minute to answer. What party do the current governor and lieutenant governor associate with in Virginia? And while you're looking that up, while you're Google AIing that, I will also say that for the last 60 years, New Jersey has never given 3 terms to one party. Never. In 60 years. So again, anytime, for all the people that are in here, when you hear these arguments, You have something to push back on. Yeah, you don't even know what communism is, JP. Grow up.
Another bot.
Jeez.
Ugh. And it's a blue wave when places that were red
Jarlax,
or
that wasn't my question. You have one more chance to actually answer my question, or this conversation is over.
what party is the current governor, Jarlax, in Virginia?
Governor and lieutenant governor.
Yep. I know it's hard when we talk about multiple things. Your brain can't keep up. So let's just focus on Virginia because you're confused. Yeah, send your heart, Mies. I'll try to do the ad like Scott. I'm really not as
Oh,
good
you don't
as
need to
Scott.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. No, I can and educated you. Nope, you didn't answer my question. Goodbye. No. See? That shows you don't know. And that's
Oh.
the funny thing. You don't know. The current governor and lieutenant governor are both Republicans. The fact that you think otherwise shows you don't have a freaking clue what you're talking about. Hi, Angel.
It's the ignorance for me.
I'm used to the ignorance at this point.
It's just fun watching them crash out because they're so mad.
I love this reboot of The Weakest Link. Yes. Yes.
It's the willful ignorance for me. Honestly, yeah.
They probably chat GPT'd or Google AI'd it and it talked about the fact that Democrats like won. And they just decided to say that it was Democrats.
Yeah, because ChatGPT and Google AI can't lie.
Gonna
Yep.
hop and support Kia for a bit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go for. Normally I end right. I started late, so I don't know exactly when I'm gonna end, but
I gotta get ready for work and stuff, but I'm glad that we had the blue wave, and I'm glad that New Jersey was a landslide and was not as close as they predicted, because that gives me hope.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
even
Mary.
though New Jersey was blue, we're bluer, and that again gives me hope.
Yeah.
People are done with the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
I hope so.
We can only hope, but hopefully it's up from here in the blue wave, you know.
Latina,
God.
who is the current governor and lieutenant governor of Virginia?
We can't ask them more than one question. They get confused.
Mm-hmm. What party do the current governor and lieutenant governor of Virginia associate with?
Not the elected ones, the current sitting ones.
Give them time. They've got to type it all in.
And read the answer and read it correctly, you know.
I know, I know. I'm loving
it. Mary's got the answer. But does Latina have the answer?
And a female. Okay. Yeah. I know. It's been enough time. Okay, well, I'll say it. They're both Republicans. And in New Jersey, never in the last 60 years have they given 3 terms in a row to one party. And if you don't think that that's a big deal, then you might as well move on. You can spin this however you want, and that's fine. Good luck to you. But it's actually pretty common for states to put in governors that are different from what they would vote for in presidential elections. Massachusetts does it all the time. And the fact that they are going full in one direction is a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention increasing their leads in the legislature.
In Pennsylvania, holding the seats.
Yep.
Like, there are blue waves happening, and you can't tell me that's not a blue wave because PA was red in the presidential, and they held blue.
Yep.
They just don't want to believe that it's a blue wave, and that's okay.
They have to believe that they're right.
Exactly. If they don't win, it's stolen and it's not true. And they knew this was going to happen. Because it didn't go their way. They have to pretend. Yeah, Florida had blue ripples. Georgia had blue ripples.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't want to admit that it's a blue wave. It's easier for them to be like, oh, well, New Jersey is blue, so of course they voted blue, and Virginia's blue, of course they voted blue, instead of pointing out the rest of the blue wave. And instead of actually looking into that so many counties in New Jersey flipped, that we had, I think, 5 red districts, or like 5 red sections, and they weren't even as red as they were in the presidential. It's a blue wave. It doesn't have to be a huge wave to be a blue wave, but it's a blue wave. They just don't want to see it.
Yep.
Yep, Kat, statistics matter.
Mississippi flipped 3 red seats blue. There you go.
See? Blue wave. But on that note, I must get ready for work. 'Twas fun, as always. I love when I find time to hop in and be a part of the conversation. Yes, Abby, Virginia did.
Yep. All right. Have fun at work.
Thanks, I'll try. Have a good one, guys.
Bye. Deep red Mississippi too. Yup. Yep. Here, we'll put some music back. So that is a blue wave. Yep. It is a blue wave. Again, is it going to fix every problem? No. But it's still a big deal. And they just got to accept that. Just popping in to like and share. I appreciate that, Ash. It's a step in the right direction. Absolutely. Just stage 1 of the blue wave. Yeah. By the way, everyone that's over on TikTok, just so you know, I also go live every morning, and actually normally go live for the first 30 minutes of every over on the tube. Don't have it on TikTok. We're trying to grow over there because who knows what's going to happen with this app. And so we're trying to grow over there. So if you like podcasts, if you like longer form content, as well as hanging out a place that you don't have to worry about getting filtered, go check out the tube. I'm pretty hyped about Detroit. We got our first female governor. Yeah, I saw that, Joe. Had to explain that our red flag law is just a piece of the puzzle. Yep. No, Jojo. Nope. This is the GOP. But thanks for playing. I have no issue blaming the Democrats when they do something wrong. This is not it. I'm perfectly willing and all for blaming anybody who has messed up. I don't care who you are. I don't care about parties. Parties mean nothing to me in terms of holding people responsible. Do you ever hold panels? Also, do you reach out to Dems as they are always looking to get it? I do. If you know any that want to talk, I would love to do interviews of current sitting. I reach out, but I'm not as big as some of the others that are reaching out, so sometimes it's hard to get responses from them. So if you know anyone, let me know. I'm always for. You really could have just given me a thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ben is, oh my gosh, hurt. Grow up. You don't even know what you're talking about. Sterling, about all this political stuff. Why didn't Michigan vote for a nuke? No, it's not all states. Every state has their own timing on when they vote in for governors. I don't know when is the next Michigan governor election. 2026. So next year is Michigan's governor election, gubernatorial election. I know this is Gretchen's last term. Yeah. She's probably, I could see her probably running for something since she can't be a governor again. Or she's going to wait and run for president. That's a possibility too. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at a video of the Republicans having their meltdowns after he was announced, Mamdani was announced the winner. It's hilarious how much they are flipping out. Gotta bounce over to Kia's. I haven't been there in a while. Okay, Will. Yeah, I'll be getting off in a second. And they're the ones with bipartisan support? They don't have bipartisan support. You think 2 people in the Democratic Party means bipartisan support? One of which I would argue is more of a right-leaning and barely a Democrat? That's not bipartisan support. No, that's not literally the definition. Just, again, you need more votes, then you need to find a way to get more votes. There's no law that says that everyone has to vote the way your party votes, nor should they. I actually think one of the worst things that has happened is this idea that this expectation that you have to vote with your party. So you're okay with Democrat. They aren't shutting down the government. The GOP are. They're not negotiating. It's their job to negotiate to get those votes that they need. By the way, Patty, thank you. I appreciate you. I don't know why you keep coming in and saying the same thing and I keep giving the same response. It must be exhausting. Hey, what's up, Ash? No. She only is on TikTok. Pascal. Spirits, that's what's up. Heck yeah. The juggling has been hilarious over here, Bash. Oh, they're both blue states. It's not a big deal. Nope, not a Democrat shutdown. It's a GOP shutdown. Tell the GOP to do their job as the majority. All right, guys. I should get off and do other stuff. I'm happy that I was able to get on for a little bit, but tomorrow I'll be back on at normal time. Congratulations, Virginia, New Jersey, New York, and all the other states that got some amazing leaders, and cities that got some amazing leaders. Again, make sure you're following over in the tube. There'll be a new episode coming out tomorrow. Plus all the other episodes that are there. There's some amazing episodes to watch, so make sure you go over and watch them. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the gifts. You guys are awesome. You over on the tube, thank you for all of for just joining and being a part of this. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys are amazing, just the way you are, and I love you all very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to sing, laugh, dance, smile. Do something that makes you happy. Bye, guys. Goodbye, YouTube.